Good afternoon, Northreach. It's me, King Gorin. I'm here with Reggie, and we've got some stuff we'd like to talk to you about today. First and foremost, I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and we wish you happy holidays during this winter. We've got a lot of exciting stuff going on in the kingdom, and we're going to take a moment to sort of go through all of that. So first and foremost, for those of you guys who've seen announcements traveling around your regional pages, next month is Month of the Crown. And it starts right after the holidays. So I hope everybody's ready. We need excellent people running for office, and we've got a ton of excellent people out there. So I encourage you to run for office in both your region, and we'll also be looking for a Kingdom Prime Minister. So letters of intent for the offices of the Kingdom Prime Minister and the regional offices of Monarch, Regent, Champion, and GMR, as well as Class Guildmasters, can all be submitted at any time starting right now, but they have to be submitted before January 1st. Crown qualifications will be held on Saturday, January 13th in Astral Winds and Lupin Moon and Icefire Bay, and on Sunday, January 14th in Ravenstone and Frozen Coast. So that's their normal park days. So that weekend we'll be doing crown quals across the kingdom. Speaking of kingdoms, now that we're actually a kingdom, it's important for us to start planning some more kingdom level events for both arts and sciences and fighting. So to start this off, we're going to designate one of the regional Crown Quals events to host the Kingdom Dragon Master and Weapon Master competitions. So this winter, if you join us in Frozen Coast on Sunday, January 14th, that will be the kingdom level competitions for both arts and sciences and fighting. So come on down to Frozen Coast and fight in those kingdom level tournaments. If you need to qualify for office at the local level, so if you're running for local monarch or regent or something like that, you are absolutely allowed to enter your items at kingdom and qualify there instead. That's totally okay. Hopefully you guys have been paying attention and seen that we just had a Toys for Tots tournament. It went really, really well. We had members from each region that were asked to bring a new unwrapped toy worth at least $5 or $5 in cash to enter the tournament. And in order to place in the tournament, the champions of each regional tourney would be ranked based on how much or how many toys or donations each region brought in. So that being said, our winners in 5th place, Zhang Wei, who is in Icefire Bay, won there and they collected $50. Merrick won 4th place at Frozen Coast, where they raised $65. Murdoch won 3rd place at Lupin Moon, where they collected a total of $100. Jaga took 2nd place in Astral Winds, where they collected a total of $150. And 1st place was Mara, who won at Ravenstone, where they collected a total of $205. Now, for those of you who are quick at math, that means we raised $570 worth of toys. With an average of about $5 per toy, that means that we, Northreach, in our little tournament, managed to come up with Christmas gifts for approximately 115 kids. That's pretty awesome, and that is incredibly heartwarming for me to see the kingdom come together like that and provide that opportunity for less fortunate children around Christmas time. So a huge thank you to everyone who participated in that tournament. A special thank you to all of the Reeves who volunteered to help run it. And a super big, super giant, huge thank you, along with some finger guns, for Kraken, who put the whole thing together. So without Kraken, none of that would have happened. So when you guys see him, make sure that you let him know that we appreciate him putting that together for us. That was really awesome. So we've got some more charity stuff going on as well. This holiday season, and it's a little bit late in the game, but we're still going to try and get this done. We're going to partner with a special event called Pump Up the Kids. And we're going to try and make Christmas special for some other folks who are not quite so fortunate. So Alaska Integrated Media is working to provide Christmas gifts for Alaskan foster children. These Alaska foster kids who don't have any parents or family, they took 400 of them and asked them to write Christmas lists, and we're going to sponsor several of those lists. So I will be putting out information on those lists tomorrow, which is Monday, I'd like to see if Northreach, if we can get together and get some stuff for these guys so that they can have a special Christmas and remind them that they haven't been forgotten. So Once I publish the list, we'll need to try and gather our donations by Sunday, December 17th. Realize that's only about a little over a week. Well, actually, it's exactly a week. So, so if you guys could help with that, that would be really, really cool. It doesn't have to be anything big. So check out the lists and see if there's any way that you're willing to help out. So I've got some bad news, I guess. Our current Kingdom champion, Grim, due to personal reasons, is having to step down from office. We're going to miss him and appreciate all the work that he put into the office over the last few months. So for now, Northreach is looking for a new champion. So if any of you out there are interested in being considered for the position, please let me know right away so that we can consider that, select a new champion, and get that ball rolling again. We've got some big events coming up here in the next few months, and I hope you guys are staying tuned and paying attention to that. Loop and Moon will be hosting a really cool event on December 23rd, and I hope that as many of you as possible can go there. This event, called Peasants Got Talent, will probably be the greatest Amp-Guard event of the season, so don't miss out. Loop and Moon and Duke Abram should be putting out some very detailed information on that soon, hopefully this week. If you guys can make it up for the evening, there's tons of crash space in Anchorage. I heard them talking about it. Come on up for that night and have a really good time with the rest of your Northreach friends. Dungeon Crawl is coming up in February. However, there's been a little bit of a development with that event that may cause us to, or may force us to change some of our plans. So our primary site where we were going to hold the dungeon, which was that empty grocery store we used last year, we just found out that that's been leased to another company for the next 6 months, which means we can't have our dungeon there. So the Dungeon Crawl team is working hard right now to sort out the details for an alternative. So I need you all to stay tuned. There'll be a bunch of information coming out on that. The moment we get it, we'll let you guys know. And hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have everything solidified. The next event we have coming up after that is Grand Academy, which is coming up in March. It's looking like it'll probably be around spring break, but we're currently accepting bids for that event through December 15th. So if you're interested in running that event, get your bid in soon. The COC will be looking at that in the very near future. Our All Thing pilot, which we just did for those of you guys that participated, in October and November, we did all of our All Things online using a separate Facebook group with some polls. We had fantastic participation. I think the All Things had like 70 to 80% participation of all the possible voting members, which is really excellent. The discussions that I saw happening on that Facebook page were really involved. They featured people from all over the kingdom, and it gave a central place for all of that discussion to happen. And I think it was pretty darn successful. I've asked all of my other officers. I've talked to a bunch of folks. I've been looking for some anything that were challenges or any kind of negative or constructive feedback, and so far I've heard almost nothing. So this month, the December All Thing, we will be discussing whether or not to fully transition or allow online All Things, and we'll be discussing that on the 16th and 17th, which is the next weekend here at our All Thing. So show up. It'll be a traditional All Thing where you got to show up, raise your hand and vote and all that. So if you would like to see more online All Things, then I suggest you get on there and do that. Show up and do that. The last thing that I want to talk about, well, no, it's not the last thing. I got two things. But we've, in the past, have had some very big projects that we as a group have focused on. Initially we had the Principality of Northreach, right? We had to form that. We kind of put our ideas together, and we came together as a group to really push to transform ourselves into a principality. Once that was done, we solidified our place as a principality, and we pushed to take that next step and make ourselves worthy of being a kingdom. Well, we accomplished that too. And now that we are the kingdom of Northreach, we need something else to focus on. I feel that that's the best way for us to grow and really challenge ourselves. So, starting, well, next reign, we're gonna start the ball now, but next reign it'll be our big push. We're going to work on refining and perfecting our fundraising fundraising campaigns, and we're going to start making the push to purchase some land that'll be owned by Northreach. We're going to call this push #Stomping Grounds, where we can have a place to have all of our events. It'll be ours. We'll own it so that we can develop it however we want to. We can build a castle on it. We can build cabins, a feast hall. We can put toilets in there. Whatever we want to do, we can do. And eventually we might be able to even rent it out to other organizations and groups and make money on it to fund our events, right? So that's all part of that fundraising campaign. The ultimate goal is to have more than one piece of land, across the state. Ideally, one in the peninsula and then one up in the interior as well as the valley, or if we can find something in Anchorage, although that's a pretty expensive area. But in each of those major regions to have something so that we can, sort of do AmpGuard however we want to do it. So hopefully you guys will all join me in coming up with some new ideas, in taking the ideas that we do have and pushing them to the max to get everything we can out of it, and start raising some more money so that we can build our stomping grounds. Super excited about that. I think there's a lot of potential there, and I think that our membership has the capability and the drive to really break some new ground as far as AmpGuard is concerned in that area. So be prepared to hear a lot more about that in the near future. Let's see. Oh, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, sorry. The last thing I wanted to talk about, and I appreciate all of you who have stayed with me so long in the video. I have had lots of people come to me to talk about rain themes for the next rain. I would like to formally ask all of you out there to submit to me any ideas that you have for a rain theme, anything you think would be really cool to do for the 6 months after Dungeon Crawl, and I'm open to just about anything. So if you've got a cool idea, if you want to do, I've heard Star Wars, I've heard Harry Potter, I've heard Skyrim, like people have talked about all different kinds of themes that we could do, Game of Thrones, things like that. So if you guys have an idea, shoot it to me, let's hear it, and we'll pick something and we'll announce it at Dungeon Crawl, or maybe even sooner than that, so you guys can make stuff for Crown Calls. So if you have any ideas for our next rain theme, please let me know. And with that, Reggie and I would like to say happy holidays, and we will see you all on the field. Have a good day.